Hi everyone, welcome back to the Book of Flinn. I'm Vinzer. So this past weekend, me and some friends finally got to a D&D table for a very fun session. Man, trying to get a D&D game together as you get older is a fucking quest in itself, let alone during a pandemic. But the players are very determined, and frankly, they do all the hard coordinating. I was a work-from-home guy before all the pandemic happened, so I'm pretty flexible. I just show up where and when they figure it out with a quest ready to go. One of the many things that's fun about this campaign for me is it's a sort of a 10 years later continuation of a very heavily modified Dragonlance setting I've been running since high school. That's since the early 90s for all you kids, pre-fucking internet or even computers really. And yeah, I'm still running it in the original 2nd edition advanced game rules, which for an old fuck like me was peak D&D. And yes, while I am pretty open-minded for a middle-aged geek, I am still refusing to buy a whole new stack of books when I have a big stack of books already. And if I buy the new books, they're going to put out a new edition or something. Nah, I'm just kidding around. 5th edition seems very solid to me, but we're going to kick it old school for a while yet. The rules should never get in the way of a fun story or the players actually developing their characters when some crazy shit comes their way. Jenny, who we're going to talk to shortly here, is the veteran still standing from the old campaign, and she's back with a vengeance, so it's a really enjoyable mix of some old nostalgia for us, but forging a new path forward with new players, who are all super fun to play with. I am one very happy old DM. Okay, let's hit the conference room with Jenny and Juice to check out the 4th episode of Star Trek Picard. Hi, Juice.
Hello there, Vinzer. Aw, kitty Cam. So cute.
That's Willow.
Is she becoming very much a daddy's girl now? Or?
Oh, she's a suck for everybody. She's an equal opportunity suck.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, you already had 2 in a place, and I didn't figure you'd get a 3rd in a place like your, with the size of your place.
Our general rule is there can't be more cats than people. So there's 3 people, so we talked about it for a while.
3 people, 3 cats. All right, I get it. I like that rule, honey. You see what? Now that we're going to have 2 kids, 4 people, 4 cats. Done.
There you go.
Yeah, we're going to discuss that. Yeah, but we haven't discussed a 3rd kid yet. We haven't even had our first 2.
I can see Juice, and the fear in his eyes is just lit up.
I already hit up 2 is enough right now. I don't want 3. No, cats are not like potato chips. Cats are like cats. You can only have so many.
Whereas potato chips are infinite.
Yeah. She compares the potato chips, and I say, no, they're not like that. It's not like you can't have enough. You can have enough.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah. Tell that to Jinx.
Shannara's just flying in with gang signs.
Yeah.
She's all amped up from D&D yesterday. She got the taste for blood, Terry. Look out!
Oh, she actually left the house. Yay!
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, we sent one of our crack super commandos to extract her, and well, I don't think it was too hard.
I.e., someone drove up to her apartment building and picked her up. All right.
Yeah, we sent Milnari.
Very good.
It worked out well. Yeah,
we love each other.
I thought it was good, Jenny, that you and I were sitting next to each other during yesterday's session, so we could keep our reminiscing and horse shit they don't need to hear to ourselves off to the side. Remember when? Yeah. Oh, what? Shut up about it. Did you get your bloodlust sated yesterday, Jenny? Looked like you got back in the old sword swing of things.
It felt good. It felt really good.
One of Jenny's character's arch nemesis showed up last night, and it got personal and one-on-one, and it got bloody. That was good.
It never feels like I often end up in those situations like with very few hit points. Like just inevitably something will have happened that I'm like in big trouble like right off the bat.
Oh, I only wrote down 2 quotes last night from the session, as we do. The quote was, I'm not waving it around, but I have it out. And we're like, all right, okay, Shanaris, okay, protect my sword. Well, we know.
I'm just trying to make it very clear that I don't have to take it out. It's out.
That's right. It's ready to go. And it stayed out for the rest of the campaign, rest of the session. That's right. And the other one was something about tentacle bukkake, which I can't remember Oh, right. We got attacked by tentacle swamp monsters, and it went from there.
Okay.
I think that's probably Raptor's fault. I feel like it's Raptor's fault.
That sounds like that sounds like a thing Raptor would say or do. Yeah.
I'm excited to have, because I blew their minds with the Ring of Water Walking, and I'm excited for the next time when I get to put on the Ring of Featherfall and jump off a cliff.
Are you gonna meow the whole time? If I let you in the hallway, you're gonna gallop around like a fucking horse. I'll try to put her on her blankie. Sometimes that works.
It's so nice right now. Like, it's the dark, and I'm looking out, and I've got the whole of the Bedford Basin, so all of the lights over in Dartmouth right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I looked out at my window about 10 to 8, and I was just seeing the glow, the red glow of the sun going down, and I realized it's still light out at 10 to 8 at night. Yay!
I know. Like, it's just dark now.
Hey, are you looking at my ass?
Yes, you were. And 'tis a fine ass it is.
Yeah. So what else? What's up?
Kids. Apart from that, I've been going through a complete rewatch of every Star Wars TV/movie property in timeline order that I could find. So I finished off all 7 seasons of Clone Wars.
Nice.
Finished Han. Now I'm going to start getting into Rebels because that's next in the timeline.
Awesome.
And it's good. I haven't watched a full rerun of Rebels since it first came out, to be honest. So it'll be nice to get back into that again.
Oh, what do you got there? When I
was doing my office, I found the this is the book that we got at the premiere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jenny was the first person in Halifax in line for episode 1 tickets. She was. We said.
Yeah.
Wow.
We say we. I wasn't there as long as you. She and a few others stayed there overnight on the sidewalk for episode 1 tickets.
No, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, you got to remember back then the last movie we had was Return of the Jedi, and that was 83. So yeah,
very, very exciting.
Yeah.
We were starved.
We met a lot of excited people on that lineup that night. Like, they were just beside themselves.
Mm-hmm.
One guy was figuring out how to sneak in and hide in the ceiling for the night. Remember that guy? He was like, "May the force be with you." He was just bursting.
Yeah.
Imagine he went and saw it the next day and he's like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah. Well, and even when we went to actually watch it, because we went to Bears Lake, we waited in that line for another at least 6 hours, I think, if not longer.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because we just wanted good seats.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. They didn't book the seats back then. This was 1999, right?
Yeah.
Old school.
So we waited in line 12 hours overnight for those tickets, but then we waited in line another 6 hours just to get good seats when we got there.
Oh man.
Wow.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
When we used to go to the the threeplex, remember, Ben?
In Cape Breton?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
In Sydney, yeah. I remember the one that was up at the strip mall by the Kmart or whatever, and it was we would all be in line. And then we would buy the tickets, and you guys would have me run because I was small. I could get through the crowd fast, so I would run for a row.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot. We just totally used Jenny as a point guard.
That was when I could actually come, because sometimes you guys would go to
right
R-rated movies that I couldn't get into at one point.
Yeah, we used to go there when we'd either go and eat at a McDonald's beforehand and fucking trash it. Or Barry would usually sneak food in anyway. He'd have a fucking coat full of fucking Big Mac meals and shit. He was a terror to go to the movies with, but it was fun when you're a teenager. But yeah, I remember that cinema had a little early kind of comic store, and they sold video games, and that's where I bought that Venom t-shirt. Nice. And I bought a few Super Nintendo games there, and yeah, it was like a cool little stop off.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that building's been torn down or rearranged long since.
Oh yeah.
It was fun when you're little village kids like us, going to fucking North Sydney to the movies.
We had no choice. We had to drive an hour to go to the movies.
There might be nights we'd be just like, "Hey, we want to go to Brador to go to Tim Hortons or something." We're like, "Fuck yeah, I do. Let's go."
Exactly.
Let's drive 40 minutes in the dark midnight forest to go to get a fucking eclair.
I remember Bunky and Terry and I went one night, and we were there, because wasn't the one wasn't that one open? Like, it was open like really late.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and we were there for like 4 or 5 hours just hanging out in Tim Hortons in Florence. Like,
That's the one that had the brick that had the face that looked like Jesus, and it attracted people for miles around. And it did look like it. I don't know, it was just one of those tricks of the light or whatever, but people fucking lined up next to the Lick-a-Chick, mind you, and the Lick-a-Treat. So they lined up along the highway, and we were going to the movies or something, and it only comes out at night, and they're there daytime, so I'm leaning out the window. It only comes out at night! Jesus by night. Oh, we were little assholes.
we were so
you would have been interesting to meet as a teenager.
Oh, we could film or record entire Gen X stories of before the internet with we'd have to research a few statute of limitations first, but
Yes.
Usually 20 years, and you're good.
Oh, we're good.
Oh, they're covered, yeah.
It's time to unlock the time vault and
unless it's like a capital crime, like murder. Then I'm sorry, you're out of luck. Yeah.
None that we know about.
The minor stuff, I think you got enough time has passed. I think you're good.
I think we were mostly minor vandalism and maybe pranks that fucked with signs and shit.
Yep.
We are mostly a danger to ourselves. Oh, well, we should probably get back to work here. Let's talk about Picard. Episode 4, Watcher. Did anyone guess who the Watcher was before this episode? And second part of that question is, did anyone watch the review recap of the last episodes and then guess it then? Because that I try to avoid recaps because they don't show you anything that isn't relevant. And they showed the Watcher, and I was like, that's her. Like, I wish I'd skipped the recap.
I don't think that's her. I think that's just a...
Yes.
Okay, theory number 1, we'll start it off.
Okay.
That's not her. That's probably a representation of whatever's in Picard's head that will make him feel most comfortable. That is definitely not her.
Ah, okay.
Romulans do not live that long.
I know, but was the idea that this Watcher is an immortal entity similar to a Q that is taking various shapes, but now she's too close to Picard as a Romulan?
Right.
But I like your theory, Juice. I do like that, and that would make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually Laris. I think that's just her form. Now, whether she's a Q or whether she's some other immortal being or incorporeal form that has assumed corporealness to interface with Picard. But it's not her. I would stake money on that.
Putting your credits on that. All right.
I'll put my gold press Latin on that.
So it's another I don't have a point.
The ADHD.
I'm like I feel like that. No, I feel like that's a relevant thought for a later topic. Stay tuned.
What I want to know is I have to say I'm not sure I like this Watcher idea yet. The idea of overseeing someone's destiny. Like, I don't like the idea of those predestined things. And Star Trek's always about exploring and making your own way, right? Not that that Picard had some kind of prophetic destiny. That's weird to me. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But anyway, where the hell was I going with that? Oh, the Watchers. Are they like the Q? Are they somehow related to the Q? Are they an antithesis to the Q? Right, I remember my original point I was going to make now. Is the Watcher assigned to look after Picard, and is the Q assigned to test the Picard character? Like, are they angel and devil on the shower?
I'm not sure if it's a Picard, if it's a Q or not. I'm just looking at the technology that they're using. I would think most Qs I've seen in Voyager, DS9, TNG, it doesn't look like they need or use technology, quote unquote, to do what they need to. They just and stuff happens. This one looks like it actually has it's an extraordinarily advanced one, but definitely a transporter of some sort. I also seem to have the ability to take over other life forms.
Yeah, that was creepy.
I bet temporarily. But I don't think I think it's another species. I don't think it's a Q.
Okay. Yeah, I would buy that. I'm always desperate to delve into the deep sci-fi conspiracies. That's where I get my conspiracy mix.
Oh, absolutely. And that actually is to the point I fell off of. All of these things keep happening that bring me back to my original thought of, is this, with Q saying the trial never ended, it's, to me, is leaning more towards, this is not humanity on trial, this is Picard on trial, specifically.
Well, first note, this one's directed by Leah Thompson again, which is cool. She's obviously doing a good job, because second, I've liked all the episodes, but I've really liked the last two. The crash site, he crashed near the Picard, at the time abandoned, and finally we get an answer. Where did you go? England. This is why Picard, a Frenchman, has an English accent. All right, we've got it in canon. We're good. Two good quotes from the scene where they're exploring the old chateau ruins. As I can picture you as a child: milk, chocolate, hot. And the other one, look at you, Dixon Hill. Nice little throwback.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Dixon Hill, and I know this is jumping a bit, but that final scene with the girl reading the book and Q talking, she was reading a Dixon Hill novel, because it was by Tracy Torme, who was actually a writer on Next Generation, but they used his name as the writer for Dixon
Okay,
Hill.
yeah, the book was displayed very prominently, so I was like, but I didn't really get it, so that's great. Yeah. Cool to know. Yeah, we gotta talk about that last scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
A few things going on in that one. So let's make our way down to it. So the number 15 turns out to be a date. They got 3 days to fix the future. Your standard Star Trek, deadline to save everything. The Bus Punk, return of, I believe his name was Kirk Thatcher. It's the same actor from Voyage Home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The song was I Hate You, and now the song is I Still Hate You. And this part got spoiled for me a little bit. Like I saw it on Twitter, but it didn't matter because I didn't know he had like a speaking role in it, and so it was hilarious to me.
I heard the song, and I was like, and I heard Still, and I was like, oh God, no. And then like.
You knew, yeah.
And then I screamed, like I was dying. I was so happy. He's like, I'm sorry, I just really like this.
Raina was in here watching it in the background with me, and I was like, oh my God, it's this guy. Wait for it. He's gonna give him the finger, and I was like, no, he politely turned it off and apologized. That's so nice. It's the Boombox guy had character development.
Yeah, I was all ready for one of the two to walk up and either punch him or neck pinch him or something. He just turns it off.
Yeah.
The Boombox guy is hope for humanity, that we can be better.
Yes.
Oh, it's my gripe for the episode is apparently comm badges are terrible in the past because there's no subspace relays or whatever to bounce off of. But I'm thinking, come on, you've got this incredible tech and the ship's merged with Borg tech. They can't piggyback on the fucking Verizon or something like that. Like, come on.
Right.
I get they need, problems to conquer and stuff, but I was like, come on.
That's fair. Compared to some of the griping I've seen, this is... Oh,
yeah, I made a note. There's a gripe that was apparently taking place afterwards that the first season I'll get into in a bit. We go back to 10 Forward Ave, and I mean, Guinan seemed like the obvious choice, but I was like, no, it's too obvious. But
yeah,
I was quite surprised and delighted by what we got, and I thought she was pretty good.
Yes, yeah, I thought so too.
What's the explanation of using a different? There's like I think they tried to explain it, but when I saw that, I looked at it, I saw it and said, oh crap, they just did a major continuity bug up there.
There's been some explanation when we get into the mechanics of time travel.
Jenny just got 1,000-yard stare.
And if the Confederation happened, because these guys are coming from the Confederation future, Time Zero never happened in that timeline, so she was on Earth but doesn't, so in some ways the present that they're or the 2024 that they're in right now isn't actually their 2024. It's just the one that leads to the Confederation.
All right, that explains the first part.
Okay,
explain her this is going to sound bad. Explain her look. If you go back to time, if you go into Time Zero and TNG, when she was with when she was back in the 1800s with what's his
Mark
name?
Twain.
Thank you. She looked like the Guinan in the 24th century, which means she didn't quote unquote age herself to make people comfortable. So I'm trying to figure out what's the explanation of her younger self being in the 2020s.
Can El-Aurians age willingly in both directions?
That's a question.
Because we know that we know they can going forward, I think is the thing. But yeah, but can they kind of go Doctor Who on that shit and go the other way?
And go.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same quandary as why doesn't Bruce Maddox look anything like he did 30 years ago? I mean, he's dead now, so it doesn't really matter. But like when he was alive,
for whatever reason, whatever in canon reason they want to use explain it, I thought the actor was great, and some of her voice inflections were really spot on to the Guinan we know. I thought she did a really good job of both making it her own, but you feel the Guinan.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The actor was great. I liked her. She definitely had that spunk and everything that that we come to know and love with Guinan. But just trying to figure, that the whole I don't know you and why do you not look like Guinan was a little.
Oh yeah, you can't give Star Trek fans that kind of thing and not expect us to dissect it.
People are like freaking out about it.
Are they?
It's like, oh man, yeah, people are like beside themselves. But
it's refreshing to know Star Trek fans are crazy too.
Oh no, yeah,
oh my God, absolutely.
Star Trek fans. Yeah, we will. We are as bad as Star Wars fans. Yeah. We will eat our own young if given the chance.
Yeah, Star Trek fans hate nothing more than Star Trek.
Oh yeah. Whereas I'm a fan of both of them, but yeah, they are definitely.
And same here, but no, Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans, they're just like they're like Vulcans and Romulans. They're from the same. They're the same species. They just bisected.
We'll never admit it.
Yeah, they just bisected at some point in their history, and they're now two different. They're on two different worlds, but we certainly act the same.
Oh, hey, speaking of 10 Forward the Bar, there was that actually Sir Pat Stew's actual rescue dog on the set. Was that his dog? Guinan's dog? Because he's got a rescue. He's had pictures and stuff from, I think it was in season 1 too, wasn't it?
I don't think it was his dog. I think it was a rescue dog, but I don't know that it was his. But I mean, his regardless of whether it's his or not, I mean, he is a pit bull advocate.
Yeah. You can tell the dog liked him, and that was the one moment where Patrick Stewart's not acting.
Oh, I know, right?
On something, right? He's just like, oh, what a pretty dog. He means it. There's no acting.
Yes,
there.
Exactly.
It was cute. So we learn about El-Aurians feeling time sickness when something's wrong, and it was interesting how Picard. I like how the code word for not fucking with the timeline is like butterflies. Look for butterflies. Yeah, that's all they say now to avoid screwing things up. Her Guinan's commentary on humanity in what is basically our time was scathing and hopelessly, bleak but disturbingly accurate, and it's like, oh man, we got to do better. We got to do better.
I was pretty much expecting that to happen. That's a classic observer watching another world trope, and being that conduit for commentary. I was kind of expecting her to say, "Yeah, humans are a fucking mess. You're ruining the planet. I'm getting the hell out of here."
Yeah.
The
The weird thing for me was seeing Guinan like give up on something or think that there's no possible way out. Like, it's just like, I give up. Like, that is so not Guinan, the Guinan we know, right?
It felt actually, once I wrapped my head around the Times Arrow situation not happening, it actually made more sense to me why she is so just disgusted, because she hasn't even had that glimpse.
That's great insight.
She hasn't had that glimpse of the future, you know? So hopefully, at least this interaction with Picard may have.
That's cool. I like that.
So okay, because we talked about England and the Picards, but one thing in the flashback, the his mother was playing Non
Je ne regrette rien. Yeah.
Je ne regrette rien, which was what Q played in the when he first showed up, and the fact that it is the song that his mother would play for him,
right,
to calm him down. So I just thought that was like a nice little.
I don't know about you guys, but I really want a Raffi 7 buddy cop show set in any time. I don't like the banter between those two is fucking great.
Right?
I mean, they I'm assuming are ex romantic partners. So I mean, there's another theory I have. Those two definitely had a thing going on in the 24th century, because you could just tell by the banter and the way that Raffi comments on Seven's behavior and such, that she spent a hell of a lot more time than just as work buddies observing her. So
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, they're back and forth trying in the LAPD SUV is amazing. I'm also impressed that Seven was able to pick up driving that quickly. Didn't know the traffic rules of all, but at least she can drive it easily enough.
She did make a comment how I'm not the worst driver out here.
Love that, yeah. I enjoyed very much Rios's rant. Ragtag group of misfits, and like basically just doing the whole plot.
Yeah,
for the
tells
show.
the ice guy the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the ice guy just looks at him like, you're fucking nuts. Go, I'm glad I'm getting you out of my sight. Because, honestly, I think he just said that because he knew no one was going to believe him.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely no one would believe a story like that. So, I think he just wanted to get it off his chest because he was so friggin' frustrated.
Even riffing a little on like Picard's android body. He's like, yeah, and it's the guy, and he's like, apparently he's got like some kind of android body now, and like I don't know what's up with that, but
Yeah.
Agnes and the Borg Queen talking. Borg Queen's very interested in Agnes. Well, one note I put down here was when the Borg Queen was getting a little, mock frustrated with Agnes. She said, "God." She's like, God, you humans. And I was like, that's such a weird thing for the Borg to say. Just like, why would it make maybe to relate to a human? But that seems so like a Borg going, oh my God, like you're so dense. Like,
I am really thinking that during that transfer last episode, that some of Agnes's personality imprinted on the Queen.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right for sure.
Because the way she was talking and interacting and such, that definitely was not the Queen Queens I remember in the Borg past. She was much more free flowing, biting.
So if the Borg Queen connects to the hive, does that mean Agnes, elements of her, is going to infect the collective?
Oh.
Can you imagine the cynical sarcasm of Agnes as Borg? Or we're the Borg or something, I guess. Resistance. I mean, you can if you want, but we're gonna get you anyway. Like, could you imagine? I don't know if that's scary or lighter.
Oh my God.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like, don't even bother.
I'd be like, anyway, we're coming down. Bye. Wait. What if Agnes influencing the Borg Queen is what starts the Borg evolving into the Borg that want to be part of the Federation? What if it all comes full circle and it's Agnes?
Oh.
Their faces right now, people are telling me I might be onto something here.
Ooh, now there's a theory I like.
Yeah, what if the Borg Queen that on the bridge that had the tentacles into the thing, but what if that was like, I don't know, the Agnes Borg Queen or something?
Like a hybrid.
Yeah, because we know Borg Queens I have. We know we know the Borg Queens. Their sense of time and space and such is completely different. So even though if they fix the timeline, this Borg Queen is still probably going to remember whatever she did back in 2024 and such. So it might actually, yeah, that's actually not a half bad theory. I'd be kind of curious.
I very much appreciated the fact that they made a deal, and then Agnes was like, "Go fuck yourself." And the Queen's like, "What? Like, we're not gonna hang out?" And Agnes is like, "No, fuck off." Just leaves.
So final scene. Q, he's sitting having a coffee or whatever. He's wearing what looks like a Europa patch.
That symbol or that logo has been everywhere this season.
Oh, has it?
Like, yeah, it's been in the background when Seven and Raffi were at the camp, like the homeless camp.
Right. Okay.
It's been, I think it was on the bus.
Oh, wow.
I've heard, I don't know, like an announcement or something. I'm trying to think.
Oh, it's just been there the whole time. Okay.
Yeah, and I think even maybe a poster. Yeah, like it's been around. So I kept noticing it and thinking, oh, that's a neat little set piece, And then he was wearing the uniform, and I'm like, okay,
hold up.
hang on.
Yeah, there was a news headline about space exploration or something just before that.
Is 2024 the year we go back into? Yep.
Right, and that I think had a reference to the Europa mission.
So he goes to snap and nothing happens, and he's like, "Oh, that's
unfortunate.
What's going on there? Is Q unwell? Is someone interfering with his power? I thought he was engineering this whole thing. This is why I had the earlier idea that the Watcher somehow in opposition to Q and there's some kind of cosmic game going on.
In opposition, or can count if they now if a Watcher can counter Q, then fuck me.
Right.
That's kind of
right. So I'm wondering if they're this cut from the same cloth kind of thing, but different. I don't know.
And in which case, then maybe nobody's on trial. Q knows he's in trouble, needs Picard's help, and couldn't figure out a better way to get him to help him than by fucking with him.
Fucking with the timeline?
I'm calling it.
Q doesn't know how to ask for help. He has to put them through a TNG style episode challenge.
Yeah.
So I already did Robin Hood. I'll do Back to the Future this time.
There have been, having said that, there have been examples in past episodes, in past series where Q has had his powers.
Yeah.
He's been depowered. I mean, there was a whole episode that revolved around that in TNG and such. So it could be the Watcher, or it could be the other Qs not wanting Q to do whatever the heck he's trying to do and depower him. Who knows?
Is the other Q? Is he being a bad Q?
Yeah.
Or whoever that woman is, maybe she's some sort of fixed point in time that she just can't fuck with. Period.
Could be.
In which case, then Q just really can't snap it into snap to fix it. Who knows?
I wonder if the creation of this timeline or whatever that Picard has to fix, I don't know, maybe in some weird way Q has set the events in motion, but now he can't actually change anything until it's concluded. Maybe his and Picard's fates are intertwined somehow.
Yeah.
He's like, Picard, you better fix it because I can't help you, or I don't know. I hope we see more of Q in it though, but just because I can listen to John Delancey read the phone book, right?
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Have the one time my wife and I had a brief chance to talk with him, and then seeing him here at the con and other places. He's a rather fascinating character from the sounds of it. I mean, shoot, this is the man that when we were at Montreal Comic-Con trying to get autographs of the entire TNG cast because they were there. He was one of the few left. We had walked in the line. We stopped, and we just saw that he was in the middle of his lunch. So we weren't going to bother him at all. And he looks up, sees us, and he says, come here. And we walk up, he says, thank you, we realize you're eating, we didn't want to bother you. Don't worry about it. And he goes ahead and does it, and does the meet and greet and sign and stuff. I thought that was kind of neat.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. Well, I mean, imagine hearing his voice going, stop right there, come back. You go, oh my God, I better do what he says.
I know.
I think it was actually, we were just staying there and looking, no, he's eating. Let's not touch it. And then he just looks up and he says, come here.
That's great.
Everyone's saying that this is the Star Trek year of the zaddy, which is like the hot older guys, right? So you've got like hot older Q, and then of course Admiral Zaddy in Discovery.
Yes, I did see that.
Oh yes, yeah.
And Anson Mount in
I think the term is Silver Fox.
Zaddy.
Yeah, Zaddy. All right, Zaddy it is. Yep. Okay, fair enough. Yep.
Yeah, we got Q's on the list now.
So I was going to go into my big book of geeky quotes for this week, but Jean-Luc served up another one in this latest episode, which is, change always comes later than we think it should. We're all a work in progress, and we may be impatient to get where we want to be, but we got to look back at how far we've come. Give yourself a little credit. This Picard note ties in nicely with a personal one of mine. Slow down if you need to, just don't stop. Till next week, Vinzer Flynn signing off.